Alright guys, today I'm going to do a video of our garden area and all the work that Kay and I have done to our house on the outside. It's probably one of the main reasons that my back is hurting. It took years of getting all this done and lots of heavy lifting. There's lots of rocks, big pieces of slate, etc. and lots of plants. So this is beginning of spring. This thing will fill out and be full of flowers by end of spring. So let's take a walk through the garden. First of all, this tree was about 4 foot tall when we got it. It's starting to grow now. All the bushes that I put in. We laid all these stones, planted all this stuff. Some stuff probably hasn't even come in yet. There's so much. These, for instance, will get huge flowers on them. Back around again, and it shows the little pathway that we created. Big, tall tree. This tree was about 6 foot when we bought it. It's probably about 40 now. And there is a little birdhouse in there that I made. See if I can get up there. Check that out. Homemade birdhouse. And more flowers. You'll see lots of 4 o'clock. They call these 4 o'clock. We've got them all throughout our gardens. The reason they call them 4 o'clock for slang is those little flowers will open up in the evening and close by next morning. They're closed. So they only open up in the evening, so we call them 4 o'clock. More bushes, pathway leading into our backyard, a little man gate, and to our backyard. You'll see lots of planters we've put in, lots of flowers coming in, our gardenias. I covered this gardenia up with a trash can over the winter so that it never died on us. So hopefully we'll get some blooming from it this year. Lots of flower pots, random stuff. Our dragon fruit, which has been, this thing started about 1 foot tall. We got it when we were in Houston. Went for one of the Laos New Year down there. And since then we've had a couple extras we've propagated and started to sprout up. And these are all Texas sunflower. They'll get about 8 foot tall and be full of yellow flowers everywhere, which attracts the bees, which of course we want. So we want all the pollination. A lot more 4 o'clock. We've got our passion fruit, passion flowers starting to come in, those couple of vines. Our barbecue area, which I built. All the stonework, the stone patios, the overhead, it came in as a kit. Got our apple tree. It's been here, I think, 2 years now. So hopefully someday it'll get big and get fruit. More bushes, more garden area. Lots of flowers, lots of things coming up. These right here will get they'll get all the way to the eave of the house and shade that window from all the hot sun we get in Texas. Our persimmon tree, Japanese persimmon, we got, I'd say, about 300 persimmons off this thing last year. So hopefully it produces this year like it did then. Our raised patio that I built. This is probably the one that broke my back. If you notice, some of those stones are pretty big. And another walkway out here that goes to our shed and our wood pile. Shed's probably the oldest thing out here. A little area for our wood when we do like to burn a fire here. And it is hot in Texas, but it does get wintry here. So, and our plum tree, which is fairly new, maybe 2 years. We got 1 plum off last year. Hopefully we'll get more. Another shot of the raised patio. It's the umbrella. One other garden here, which has lots of different flowers. We'll do a before and after. We'll do one towards the end of the summer and show you how these things fill out. These things will be, everything in here, it'll be hard to see the windows. It should get so full. Got a little bit of a vegetable garden. Usually we get the tomatoes, and that's some kind of green that Kay likes to eat. And our big plum tree, some kind of American Indian plum. I don't know what they're called, but they'll turn reddish and sometimes purple when they're ripe. There's a huge seed in them. You can eat them. I've eaten them. They taste pretty good, but it's more seed than fruit. They say the American Indians used to make wine. We do have a couple plumerias you've seen. Some of the plumerias are starting to get leaf now. We bring them in the winter, or so they won't die, and then every summer they'll come back, and we'll have plenty of flowers on our plumerias. Walk back over here. We got one last garden, which is our rose garden. I'll go ahead and take a shortcut, even though I've got pathways. And this is our rose garden. As you can see, this thing is taller than me. These roses have gotten huge. We get them from a lady down in Mansfield, Texas for real cheap. They were really small when we got them, maybe a foot tall. They produce tons of roses. We've got yellow roses, white roses, pink roses, red roses. We've got some that are a little bit of a mixed color, like this, which has some white and pink. Got some yellows. Some of them, Kay's been picking them pretty regular. Should get another batch of roses coming soon. Some pink ones. There's one budding. There's a pink one back there in the back. We do get some pretty big red ones off of it. And that is about it. So that's the garden, early spring, and our backyard. Maybe we'll light a fire tonight and cook some steaks. It's pretty hot here already, but it's been cooling down in the evenings a little bit. So that's our garden, front and backyard. Lots of work. We've put tons of hours into this thing, and it seems like it's a never-ending project. We do want to put some flowers that vine all along the back fence, because we do have a road back there which makes quite a bit of noise when we're trying to sit back here and we bring the TV out and watch it, or trying to eat, and just tons of noise. So anyway, that is it for early spring garden at Vince and Kay's. Talk to you later.